All right, let's look at number 19. Does everybody agree there's no way to add those at the moment, right?
Yeah.
So we have to make a what? Yes, thank you. We have to make a common denominator. So what do I want the fraction on the right? What do I want that denominator? I need that to be 3x, right? So all I have to do is multiply the second fraction by what? Now, does everybody understand the reason we're allowed to multiply by 3/3? Because 3/3 is actually just what? 1, thank you. And when you multiply by 1, nothing changes. All right, is everybody with me on that? So now you should read that as 2/3x plus 12/3x. Anybody got a problem with that? So basically, it's not really that hard. All right. Does everybody understand now that that final answer is going to be 14/3x? Anybody have any issues? All right, so because I did a great job explaining that, then, oh, I see some of you questioning that, right? No, it's perfect. So now everybody take a look at 21. Somebody tell me what I need to multiply by.
Just 7x.
Just 7x. So I need to put a 7x over here and a 7x down here. Now that gives us the common denominator of what? So please look at this, guys. 7x squared. So if I multiply 3 times 7x, that becomes what? 21x. Plus what? 21x plus 6. Really and truly, it's that simple. Like I said, I don't understand why people find this so challenging. All right, if you know how to add and subtract fractions, you know how to get a common denominator, this should be relatively easy. Now, notice I didn't write 2 separate fractions. All right, I want you to learn how to write a fraction this way. Just write one giant fraction bar. Now, we're a little bit harder. So what's a common denominator if I had a 5 and a 2? 10. Easy. The common denominator has a 10. All right, now how many x's do I have on the left and how many do I have on the right?
3 on the left, 2 on the right.
3 on the left, 2 on the right. Here's what you need to know. You always just take the maximum. So because there's 3 on the left and there's 2 on the right, the common denominator would require you to have what? 3. And then I look at the y's. Y's on the left, y's on the right. So I need, as a common denominator, the answer would be what? Y to the 3rd power or y cubed. Perfect. That's how simple. Now, all I'm asking you to do is look at the denominator and look at this denominator. What is missing? I need to, in other words, I need to multiply the 6 by what number?
2.
By 2. So I agree with that. Now, do I need to multiply by any x's?
No.
No, because there's already an x cubed. I need it to be a y cubed. So what do I have to multiply by? Y squared. Then you see how there's a minus in between, right? So I put a minus and I just incorporate the 1 here. Open parentheses. What do I need to multiply the second fraction by numerically? What number? 5. 5x. Whoever said that finally got one right. Thank you. All right, now listen, obviously if you scroll down, it gets much more complicated. Does everybody agree?
Mm-hmm.
So you have to understand this before we can go on. Does anybody have any issues? Now, just to make sure, if you wanted to write all the work out, you would just simply say I'm multiplying by 5x over 5x, and I'm multiplying this equation over here by 2y squared, 2y squared. Is everybody agreeing with me on that? So now go ahead and multiply. What do I have here? 12y squared. Then what? Negative 5x all over. That's it, guys. Come on. That's not hard. All right, actually, that's very hard. Believe it or not. Very difficult. Most kids cannot do that for some strange reason. I don't know why. I agree with you. It's not hard. Find the common denominator, figure out what's missing in each fraction, multiply, then combine. So down here, I want everybody to write 2x over 1. For some reason, kids forget that there's a 1 there on the bottom. So someone tell me what the common denominator is. Y. Could I say 1y? Yeah, but is it necessary? No. So we're going to say the common denominator is y. So the first fraction I must multiply by what? Y. So the numerator becomes
So that's fine.
2xy. The second fraction already has the common denominator. Do we agree with that? So we just do plus x. All right, now's the time where you can speak up.
Understand life of a line.
Well, because there's, in order to have a denominator with a y in it, I have to multiply the top and the bottom by y.
Oh, yeah.
You with me?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. So I'm going to let you tell me, give you 30 seconds. All right, try to find the common denominator. Write the common denominator. 10 seconds. All right, all I asked you to do was find the common denominator. So, common denominator. You are amazing. That is correct. So if you can at least tell me the common denominator, you're in pretty good shape. All right, now if you're sitting there going, I thought it was 30x, we need to talk, right? You're allowed. Anybody have any questions with why the common denominator is 15x squared? All right, now let's try to figure what am I multiplying the first fraction by? 5x. Shh, no, we're not interrupting class today. Too much. And what am I multiplying the second fraction by?
3.
I'm listening.
Only supposed to 3.
Shh, hold on a minute.
Why wouldn't it be 5x squared and 3x?
Okay, so I would just want to make sure everybody's hearing me correctly. Do you agree that the common denominator is 15x squared? Here's where I'm at. What do I multiply the 3x by to get 15x squared?
5.
That's right. That's why I multiply by 5x. You with me? And on the second fraction, I just have to multiply by what?
3.
3. Now all we do is we simplify the numerator. When we simplify the numerator, that just becomes what?
35x minus 12.
35x minus 12 over 15x squared. Anybody have an issue with that? All right, now they're trying to make it a little bit harder, so here we go. 7 over what? 7 over 1. All right, people. Remember what I told you, x minus 9 is a quantity. So what is the common denominator here, guys? How much? X minus 9 is the common denominator. Now, if I wanted to, could I put a 1 in front? Yeah, but it's not necessary. So the first fraction I have to multiply by what? Yep. Minus 4. Now, technically, I'm just going to go ahead and put times 1 just because. But it's definitely not necessary. Now, distribute the numerator, and we end up with what?
7x minus 63 minus 4.
There you have it. Not quite done yet. So 63, negative 63 minus 4 is what?
Negative 67.
Right, 7x minus 67 over x minus 9. Anybody have an issue with that? Anybody have an issue? No? Okay. Now I'm getting into the hard stuff. So the name of the game is factoring in the denominator. What are you thinking the denominator is going to factor to?
X minus 6,
X minus 6 and x plus 4. Anybody have a problem with that? Anybody? All right. So because we know it's x minus 6 and x minus 4, I just want to see how good you guys are. Somebody tell me what the common denominator would be. What is it? So let's do this. What is common? The common is x minus 6. What's not common? So I need it to be there so I can add the fractions. The common denominator is all of them. All right. What's common in both? X minus 6. So automatically, just listen to me. I promise you, this is the rule. All right, listen to me. What's common goes in the denominator. What's common goes in the denominator right off the bat. What's common? Whatever's common goes down. Then everything that's not common has to be placed now in the denominator. Now, what you're supposed to be doing is saying, okay, I need in the first fraction, I can't add them together because they don't have a common denominator. We agree. So what do I need to multiply the first fraction by?
X minus 4.
X minus 4. Look, if I put an x minus 4 down here, is it a common denominator now? Yeah. So if I put an x minus 4, I've got to put an x minus 4 on the top. That's essentially all you've been doing with fractions. Oh, yeah, you guys. Come on. Thank you. You're right. That's x plus 4. That's x plus 4. All right, thank you. He even said it correctly. I wrote it wrong. Okay, so now I'm going to do this. I'm going to say, I'm just going to put x plus 4 here. I need to multiply that by x plus 2. Now, does everybody remember what we do with this negative? Distribute it through. That's where everybody makes their mistake. So it's going to be negative x squared, negative 5x, negative 14. So everybody agree with that? Now I have to go ahead and multiply this out. So right above, I'm just going to put that. What's x times x? X squared. Now we do our smiley faces. How much here? And how much here? So altogether plus 6x. Thank you very much. And then plus what? Plus 8. There you have it. And now, of course, we can combine terms. So if I'm going to combine terms, we're going to look at the x squared and the what? And what do they do? All right, so then I look at the positive 6x, negative 5x. That gives me x. And then plus 8 minus 14 minus 6. All over x minus 6, x plus 4. Can anybody tell me what's next? Yeah, we can cross out the x minus 6's. So after all that, that simplifies to 1 over x plus 4. All right, it's kind of hard, guys. That was kind of hard. All right, let's do a couple more. Here we go. We got to do factoring. So come on, everybody factor the bottom of 33 and the bottom or the bottom of the fraction on the left and bottom of the fraction on the right. Factor those real quick, 30 seconds. So all it should take you. So what do we got for the bottom? I'm listening.
X plus 3
Yes, sir.
times X plus 2.
That's exactly right. The second one,
That is X minus 2 and X plus 2.
you're very good, buddy. That was good. Okay, now here's what I was trying to stress before. What is common?
The X is
X plus 2 is common, so I need to write X plus 2. All right, now what I used to do is I used to like to highlight them. X plus 2, X plus 2. Now, what else do I have to add to the bottom? X plus 3 and X minus 2. Everything that is not common must go in the denominator, and now that creates a what? Common denominator. So everybody has to look at the first fraction. What do I need to multiply the first fraction by?
Wait, why would it be X minus 2?
Because he said I was just. What do I multiply the second fraction by?
X plus 3.
How do you know that?
Because it doesn't have it.
Right. So guys, listen, I still don't understand why people don't understand this. All right. It's not to say you're not understanding isn't valid. I'm just saying you have to understand this is the common denominator. Does everybody see what I'm underlining?
Yeah.
This is the common denominator. I look at the first fraction. What is missing?
Oh, the X minus 2.
The X minus 2 is missing. So I have to throw an X minus 2 on the top and a what? X minus 2 on the bottom. What's missing on the second fraction? The X plus 3. So I got to throw down an X plus 3 on the top, and I have to throw down an X plus 3 on the bottom. And now I have the common denominator. Is everybody with me on that? Come on, I'm trying to tell you as we go down the page, it can be tricky. This is the first one that's hard. All right, now we have to practice multiplying and combining terms, which is super annoying. All right, so here we go. I want X times X. Now, in my mind, I'm doing my smiley faces. How much here and how much here? For a grand total of what? Minus 6X. If you don't see the minus 6X, you can tell me. Plus 8, because negative 4 times negative 2. Continue on. X times X. Now we're doing our smiley face. Here and here. Thank you. Positive 2X. And then multiply. Negative 3. Everybody good with that? All right. Now I just have to combine terms. X squared and X squared. Wait a minute. Claudia, are you trying to say something? What's X squared plus X squared? 2X squared. Thank you. Amazing. Now, what about the X's?
Plus 4. Minus 4.
Negative 4X. Then what?
Plus 5.
There you have it. Anybody have any questions? That is your answer, believe it or not. That's your answer. All right, let's do 35. Wow, we're doing really good. 35, guys. All right, come on, factor that for me real quick.
X plus 2X plus 4.
The other one?
X minus 2X plus 2.
All right, that was very good. All right, now from there, I want everybody to try to write down the common denominator. Then you can see if you understand it when we go over it. Everybody write down the common denominator. Tell me, common denominator.
X plus 2, X plus 1.
X plus 2 is definitely what? Common, right? Everybody agree with that? And then you put everything else, right? You put everything else. And there we have it. All right, now that you wrote that step down, now you're going to write down the x minus 4 because that's the numerator of the first fraction. And you write right next to it, what is missing? What's missing? X minus 2. What's missing in the second one?
X plus 1.
Come on, guys. Anybody having trouble with that? Anybody? All right, now let's practice multiplying, please. Multiply.
X squared
Keep going.
minus 6x plus 8
You're amazing. Keep going.
plus x squared plus 4x plus 3.
Very nice. All right, very good. All right, now let's combine terms. Plus what? Very good. Very nice. Guess what? That's your answer. That's it. All right, honestly, that's supposed to be really, really hard for kids. Really hard. How many was that?
Like 13.
All right, let's try one more. Let's try one more, and then I'll let you go. All right, everybody's on 37 now. I'm gonna pause the video. All right, let's pause the video, and then I'm gonna ask for the answers.